All right, we're going to talk a little inflammation. One of the most important things that we have in our body is how we fight off our diseases. And our body will use inflammation. So when you have disease or something come into your body, it sends out the inflammation unit and it fights off that disease. That's how it works to fight off those diseases. So without it, we'd all be dead. So we need it, but it's also kind of a double-edged sword because when we start putting in foods and stuff like that, the body can get confused and think that it's being attacked. And that's where all these autoimmune diseases are coming from. The rheumatoid arthritis, the inflammation in all of your joints, just pains that you're having on a regular basis is coming because the body's confused and it's sending out the inflammation unit thinking it needs to fight off a disease, and it's actually attacking itself, which creates all of this inflammation, joint pains and all of that. That's why, like, when you get sick, it sends out the inflammation unit, and that's why your body aches almost everywhere, especially if you get really, really sick. One of the worst ones I've ever had is food poisoning. My body is basically locked up because it's in so much pain. Now that is kind of, just to kind of give you an analogy of my last 4 years, that's kind of what I was going through on a daily basis. It would be a 50-50 shot if my body was going to be locked up or not, with all the joint pain and just everything hurt all day long. And I wasn't sick. It was just my body thinking it was sick because I had toxins going into my body through food, alcohol, etc. that I was putting in there, that it thought a disease was in there, and that's why it goes in there and sends out all that inflammation, and that's where all of your pain is coming from. So if you're struggling with joint pain, if you're struggling with autoimmune diseases, it's one of the biggest killers we're dealing with now because of all the toxins that we now have in our world that we're putting into our body. If you're struggling with that, I'm going to be rolling out this website. Everything's going to be free. I am unlocking everything that I've done to remove all of this stuff from my body, and all of my joint pain is gone. And obviously, if I have a weekend where I go and I treat myself, I'll get a little bit of inflammation from the toxins I put in. No big deal. I just go right back on and lock in, and it's all gone within a day or two. And I'm back to just feeling amazing. So I want you guys to feel this as well. So if you're struggling at all, because there's so many people that are suffering in silence, which I did for years. I just thought it was just me getting old. I'm like, now I feel like I'm 18 years old. I have zero pain. I wake up and I'm feeling just fresh because my body is not fighting itself all night long. So again, hope you guys are doing amazing. If you're struggling with any of those autoimmune diseases, joint pains or back pains, anything, it's all inflammation. And I'm going to hopefully show you exactly how to get rid of it.